all ready to sacrifice the only son of his marriage, Isaac. My gosh, it's grim and unsettling. In the longer version, as they approach the site, the boy says to his dad, "So, Dad, I'm carrying the fuel, the wood. You've got the fire. Where's the lamb for the sacrifice?" And his dad says, "The Lord will provide." But it gets very graphic. He ties the boy up, puts him on the wood. And then the messenger says, "Whoa, none of that." Thank God. Everything worked out. In the gospel, up the mountain, Jesus, 3 of the apostles, dies. And then that moment, they saw him as they'd never seen him before. And Elijah, the great prophet, Moses, giver of the law, talking with him. What's going on? They were so terrified. And then, back to normal. Don't tell anybody about it. Until the Son of Man is risen from the dead. Can you just picture them? What do you think that means? What's the deal? You can certainly picture them in the face of the arrest, the condemnation, the torture, the execution, the burial. Totally forgetting about this rising from the dead. And then it happened. And it cast a whole new light on everything. Everything. We have a Lenten theme. Everything is beautiful in its time. Now, it's from the book of Ecclesiastes. And it's right at the end of that passage that's very familiar to many of us. There's a time for war and a time for peace, a time for love, a time for hate, a time to tear garments, a time to sew them together. Everything is beautiful in its time. In the letter to the Romans, in fact, the same chapter that we heard at our second reading here, if God is for us, who can be against us? St. Paul says, for those who love God, all things work together for the good. Everything is beautiful in its time. It's a call for encouragement and hope. It's a call to look beyond what makes sense and what is. To push beyond suspicion and fear and negativity. And frankly, it's a call to dream. Now, dreams are exciting, wonderful, and delightful. They can also be troubling, frightening. The fact that they're so subjective, so personal, makes a dream a little mysterious, a little challenging, and at least a little bit dangerous. Back in my high school teaching days, we had a little film we used many times in religion classes called Why Man Creates. It was all about ideas and creativity. I read an interview by the author, the director of that movie, and he pointed out, most new ideas are not good. They don't work. And it makes every dream just a little bit dangerous. Do you dream? Do you think about what could be? Do you look beyond? Especially in the light of our Lenten theme, everything is beautiful in its time. I'm enough of an optimist to be determined that the days will come when we look back and say, my gosh, look at all the blessings that came our way from the pandemic. All things work together for the good. Every time a dream gets presented, there's at least a risk, and I would say a probability, of these things happening. Well, what's wrong with the way things are? And the dreamer will likely say, well, nothing. But they could be better. And this. Well, that's going to take an awful lot of work. Is it really worth it? Because I know there's something in me that says, oh, I don't know if I want to bother. I've got enough to do. Can't we just stop? And there's a response to dreams that just says, I think you're nuts. But if you think about it, literally, everything we look and see right in this church is the result of someone's dream. You know, I'm on camera. Where did this come from? The printed word. Where did this come from? Lights. I have a dream. Electric lights. What's electricity? There's a passage in the book of Proverbs that says, without a vision, the people perish. And this one, from the prophet Habakkuk, if I can find it. It's in there somewhere. Hang on a second. The vision still has its time. If it delays, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not be late. Everything is beautiful in its time. The seasons change. We move on. We face challenges. We deal with questions. Are we going to make it? Can we survive this? And you look back on your life and say, well, so far, how about that? Do you dream? Do you dream about a world at peace? Do you dream? Do you dream that when the pandemic restrictions end, we're going to have to build a bigger church? Do you dream that we're going to have gobs of religious vocations one of these days? We're going to wonder what we're going to do with all these sisters and priests and deacons and brothers. Do you dream? Well, do. Look beyond what is. They went up that mountain, they saw Jesus as they'd never seen him before. They heard those words, this is my beloved son. Listen to him. He's the one who says, if you have faith the size of a tiny mustard seed, you can move mountains. You can uproot trees and plant them in the sea if you ever want to do that. Never forget the power of faith. Never forget the power of vision. Never forget the power of dreams. And throughout this Lent, with all the disciplines, all the challenges, all the sacrifices, remember, everything is beautiful in its time. What a gift it is. But what can be? Oh, what a gift. May God bless us all.